Hey yo, what's popping everybody? I'm back again with the 2025 Slammy Awards. For the first time, your boys got, well, I'm all dripped up, dog. Like, I'm all dripped up. We're gonna go through some of these categories and see where I vote, and mind, this is very a subjective, this is a very subjective choice. So we're gonna go through all of these 12, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's 12 categories, which is female superstar of the year, the male superstar of the year, most memorable entrance of the year, OMG moment of the year, we've got faction of the year, we've got tag team of the year, also got rivalry of the year, NXT superstar of the year, the WTF moment of the year, social star of the year, match of the year. The last one being the breakout superstar of the year. So we're gonna categorize these ones according to my personal favorite my favorite moments and favorite matches of 2024. I think this starts from like 2024 after WrestleMania. No, it's 2024 WrestleMania to 2025 just right now. So we're just gonna rank them. I'm just gonna give you all my thoughts between that time, which was my favorite, So the first thing we've got on the list is the breakout superstar of the year. So in this, we've got Braun Breaker, we've got Lara Valkyria, we've got Penta, we've got Obafemi, we've got Julia from NXT, we've got Tiffany Stratton from the main roster. So I think this is like a mixed match of a lot of superstars, that came in 2024. We've also got Jacob Fatu, we've also got Chelsea Green, and we've got Stephanie Vaquer. In this, I would like to go with what I think was the most superstar, like I was impressed with, that was like new, So in this, I'll have to I think it's between two points. I mean, you've got Braun, you've got and like all these superstars, they actually deserve to be the breakout superstar of the year. I won't lie, no cap. But I wouldn't necessarily put Chelsea Green in that category because she's been in the main roster for a minute, But let's just leave it at that, dude, because they make these things. So with this, I'll have to give it to Jacob Fatu. Dude, Jacob Fatu's had the most incredible year, like dating back from his debut, like coming back from like being the Samoan werewolf, like being Solo's right hand man, enforcer, being Solo's enforcer, and then taking out Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, which Cody Rhodes is the WWE champion at the time, and took out Kevin Owens also in the main event. I think that we don't necessarily get to see something like that often. And then second on the list, it's the what moment. We've got the WTF moment of the year. So in this, we've got R-Truth calling Triple H Ciampa. We've got Kevin Owens' car interview, dude. That was fun. We've got Chelsea Green goes into the dumpster. I don't know. I think that includes that segment, like not the whole match, maybe, And then we've got Dominic in the shark cage. We've got I Show Speed with Logan Paul at WrestleMania. I think with that, because we've got like a whole lot of like I Show Speed moments, like the one at the Royal Rumble and the one at WrestleMania. But I would tend to lean more on the Royal Rumble stuff, And then we've got LA Knight in Logan Paul's pool. Dude, I don't know why this. I don't think this is a WTF moment, but sure, show. You've got R-Truth wrestling with John Cena, another one of those moves. And then you've got rabbit noises from Tama Tonga, yeah, 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 yeah. But Jacob Fati on that, I love you solo. And the final will be the White Six debut. This is not even the competition, dog. This is not even the competition. This just goes to the White Six debut, like coming in as like in the most like cinematic like WWE pro experience I've ever gotten. You know, the camera shots, Chad Gable lying there down, like all like bloodied up. That was crazy. You've got the White Six like showing up like one at a time. Like it was I think at some point it was like Nico Cross, or was it Nico Cross if I'm not mistaken, and then it panned it panned out to like Eric Rowan, and then it panned out to like Husky the pig, which is Joe Gacy, and then it all led up to like that moment where whose Uncle Howdy was just floating. I think Uncle Howdy was floating of some sort, you know. And then I would love to move on to the match of the year. So in this we've got Roman Reigns and versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40. We've got CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a Hell in a Cell match. We've got Roman Reigns and The Rock going up against Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40 Night 1 at the main event. So these matches are really crazy. You've got Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam, where Rhea Ripley got turned on by Dominic Mysterio. You've got Damian Priest versus Gunther. That was a good match. I won't lie. That was a really good match, you know. A really technical good match. You've got Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles at WWE Backlash. The crowd elevated the match. The match itself was just phenomenal, no pun intended. The match itself was top tier, like maybe I think it breaks through it actually deserves this opportunity to becoming a match of the year contender, you know. We've got the 2025 men's war game match. Dude, that was a car crash. The bloodline, the OG bloodline going up against the new bloodline, like that whole match was quite a spectacle, you know. And then we've also got Bayley versus Io Sky at WrestleMania, another 5-star match. Like can't complain from top to bottom, even with the storyline. You know, the storyline was quite good. It wasn't too much the Batista thing. You know, that was actually good. The match itself was quite it should, you know, at WrestleMania Night 1. And then we've also got Sami Zayn versus Gunther at WrestleMania, which, dude, that brain buster from the post, holy shit, that shit was crazy. We've got Gunther versus Randy Orton at WWE Bash in Berlin for I think it was after the King of the Ring. Was it? It was after the King of the Ring. And we've also got Seth Rollins and CM Punk in the WWE Raw Netflix debut. In this category, I mean, in this category, like a lot of matches are actually good 5-star matches. But the one that stands out to me the most, bro, it's just Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. The last final minutes, I get everybody's hyped about that, but even just the whole match was just a storytelling where the storytelling like of Roman Reigns, like just telling Cody that his moves are not good enough. Like I think the Cody and Roman match, especially with adding the final 8 minutes with John Cena, The Undertaker, The Rock. You've got Seth Rollins coming out with the Shield. I thought that was Dean Ambrose at some point. Like that whole, and then you've also got the final moment of Roman Reigns choosing to hit Seth Rollins with the chair instead of Cody Rhodes because of the trauma that Seth Rollins gave him all those years in 2015, if I'm not mistaken. Up next, we've got the NXT Superstar of the Year. So this is actually a good one because I've been watching a lot of NXT. Like, I've been watching a lot of NXT. I even wanted to do like live streams of NXT, you know, like instead of doing like going and doing like Raw and SmackDown and PLEs, I would love to do something like not a lot of people are watching right now. So I think maybe might revisit that like as soon as I get my stuff together, you know. So in this category of the NXT Superstar of the Year, we've got Obafemi, we've got Roxanne Perez, we've got Trick Williams, we've got Ethan Page, we've got Julia, and we've got Kelani Jordan. Okay, so in this one, I'm not sure why did they not include Stephanie Vaquer, because Stephanie Vaquer, she's like the North American champion right now, and she's the NXT champion, so it kind of feels strange, you know. You've got like probably two people you can like go with. I would say Oba, you've got Roxanne, because I feel like those two, they've played like a crucial part, especially in like the main event scene of like NXT. So in this one, I think you can pick your poison, but for me, I would definitely go with Roxanne Perez. She was killing it, bro. Like her run as like the WWE NXT Women's Champion was phenomenal. Like her going up against Julia, beat Stephanie, beat, and then came in I think it was Jordan Grace, beat. She also had like this fantastic fatal four-way between Cora Jade, Bailey, and the NXT champion at the time was Julia. So I would most likely be on that side, but Obafemi isn't not like too much of a bad NXT Superstar of the Year, because even Obafemi had a good year, like going from the longest WWE NXT North American champion, like giving us banger matches after banger matches, with him now being the NXT Superstar, going up against TNA's Moose, like that was a treat, dog. Like that was a treat. But I think my heart relies more with Roxanne Perez, so I'm gonna give this to Roxanne Perez. So next up, we've got Rivalry of the Year, which we've got a ton of good shit. You've got CM Punk and CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. You've got Roman Reigns versus Cody. You've got Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes, Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton. And finally, the new Bloodline versus the OG Bloodline. Peace versus Finn Balor. I don't know if I said that already. For Rivalry of the Year, I would actually have like two, maybe not two, I would say three. Let's say three rivalries that piqued my interest, which was the CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Like the whole year, that was nice. That was nuts, actually. The Roman Reigns versus Cody is a great contender of that. You've got Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. I think it went stale a bit for a while, but it caught back up, you know. But with all these three that I've just listed, like the one that stands the most would be CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. Them going through Hell in a Cell, burning away their money in the bank, like Drew McIntyre going like crazy, like literally, like that dude went crazy, bro. Like he was just thinking about CM Punk the whole time, bro. Like dude couldn't even like sit and play Baba PlayStation. He would like, oh fuck CM Punk and so on. Next up, we've got the Tag Team of the Year. Here it's actually straightforward and simple. Here you've got DIY, which consists of Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. You've got Awesome Truth, which has R-Truth and The Miz. You've got A-Town Down Under, which is Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. You've got Jade Cargill and Bianca like dominating a non-existent division, like tag team division. Like they rebuilt that tag team division from scratch. You've got the Motor City Machine Guns, your favorite tag teams. You've got the new bloodline. I think the new bloodline should consist of the King, Tangaloa, and Tamatonga, you know. You've got the War Raiders, which is Ivar and Eric. You've got the Judgment Day, and then you've also got the Street Profits coming back from like I wouldn't say like a slow run. Like they had like this like phase where they weren't just like getting good storyline opportunities, you know. And you've also got Liv and Raquel. But in this, I think one team actually stands out, which is Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Them just being on like a dominant like reign as they were, even if like they Jade Cargill like relinquished the championship and Naomi took over, I still believe that they deserve the tag team champion of the tag team of the year. In this, we've also got faction of the year. So in this, we've got 5 factions. We've got the OG Bloodline, ran by all, and then I think that was like nobody was in charge. Like you've got Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, Jimmy Uso, and the Honorary Uso. Yeet. We've got the Judgment Day, which had so many storylines in between, with Rhea Ripley leaving the Judgment Day, Damian Priest leaving the Judgment Day, Khalida joining up the Judgment Day. Like that's quite a bit of a mess, you know. But I think like when we say faction of the year, we including them because they were part of that faction, you know. And then you've got the new bloodline, and we've got the final entry, which is Damage Control. I don't know if they qualify as a faction because I feel like after WrestleMania they didn't do much, you know, in terms of like a faction. You know, they didn't build much on that. But in all of these, if we all go back and look back at which faction was the most entertaining, I think we all lead to the new bloodline with Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tamatonga, and Tangaloa. And then the OMG moment of the year. I don't know how this is different from the WTF moment. I'm not sure. I didn't make this, but apparently we're at the OMG moment of the year, which has Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns match finish at WrestleMania. You've got Dominic Mysterio turning on Rhea Ripley at WWE SummerSlam. You've got Kevin Owens turning on Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. You've got The New Day turning on Big E on Raw, which was a huge moment, by the way. You've got Tiffany Stratton's Money in the Bank cash in on Nia Jax on SmackDown. You've got the White Six debuted on Raw. Because that we actually done with that, so that doesn't qualify. You've got Braun Breaker spearing ISO Speed at the Royal Rumble, which was insane. And then you've got Bronson Reed hitting a tsunami on Braun Strowman on top of onto a car, or John Cena turning on Cody Rhodes at WWE's Elimination Chamber match. Then you've also got Roman Reigns returning at SummerSlam. That was a huge moment with a huge ovation. And then we've got Io Sky beating Rhea Ripley on Raw for the WWE Women's World Heavyweight Champion. In this category, is like there are so many moments which like many of you guys like can like pick, like go for. But if we going like even like not even recency biased, like if we go back to John Cena turning on Cody Rhodes, bro, even if we had told you like 5 minutes, not even a minute, 5 minutes before this segment actually took place, and John Cena like hit him in the sack, dude, you wouldn't have gotten it. You wouldn't have guessed it. I think this moment is just so impactful, and it just blew out like my mind particular, and I think same goes for you guys. So with that, I will say the OMG moment has to go to John Cena turning on Cody Rhodes. Now let's look into the most memorable entrance of the year. Just me, Santal. Here we've got Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. I think they include WrestleMania 1, 2, night 2, because with his wife right there with him, and then just the fire, and then that cinematics like intro, like it was like, yeah, now we're in the final stages of the story, Then you've got Jey Uso on Raw on the Netflix debut with Travis Scott. You've got Roman Reigns at WrestleMania night 2. I think I have to believe it's night 2, with them beating the drums. Ding, 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 ding. That was flipping insane. You've got The Rock at WrestleMania coming out to The Rock, the final boss engaged. Dude, with that, I don't know how that 30 minutes long entrance to of The Rock. And then you've got Bayley at WrestleMania with the what happened actually? Oh, those Egyptian guys or mummies or something like that. You've got a Randy Orton at WWE Bash in Berlin. I'm not sure how that is, because that was like a normal entrance, but with the exception of the crowd, where the crowd was just like hyped. Seth Rollins at WrestleMania with the Philadelphia Mamas band. That whole entrance was just so confusing, with like all those people like being everywhere. Like it was a whole other thing. Sami Zayn in Montreal with Jey Uso. I think this was where Jey Uso and they have this picture where they are both looking up like this. I think that's the one. We've also got Sami Zayn at WrestleMania with Kevin Owens and Chad Gable, them hyping Kevin Owens up. Sami Zayn up. That was a cool moment also. And then you've got you've got Logan Paul at SummerSlam with MGK, if I'm not mistaken. Also got Dominic Mysterio at WWE's Bad Blood with Liv Morgan in the low ride, cruising through it, And then you've got Drew McIntyre at WWE Clash in the Castle. I think that's where Drew McIntyre started with the Broken Dream song. I think if he went out with the whole song, I would actually give it to him, because I'm a sucker for that song. In all of these, I would go with my tribal chief, the one and only Roman Reigns. Dude, that entire entrance, I've watched that entire entrance I don't know how many times. I don't know when Michael Cole is gonna say what, where he's gonna even say the 1,316 days beating the likes of Hulk Hogan, Bob Backlund, that was crazy. Now let's look at the WWE, or the WWE's male superstar of the year. So in this, we've got Cody Raheem Rhodes, you've got the OTC Roman Reigns, you've got Gunnar, the ring general, and you got the best in the world, CM Punk, Senior, Damian Priest. You've got Drew McIntyre, who had one of the best years of the year, one of the best years a superstar can have, and you've also got Seth Rollins, and the last one would be Jey Uso. If you're gonna go with one of these, I think it will most likely lead to like Drew McIntyre or Cody Rhodes, or I would even throw Jey Uso there, because he won the Royal Rumble. Dude. If you're counting even that timeline, he won the Royal Rumble. He won the Royal Rumble, and then he won the IC champion in December. I think was it December? I think that was December, and then he had like this rise, or like the yeeters, like just eating everywhere, dog, like that shit was crazy. But and then you've also got Seth Rollins being the MVP of WrestleMania 40. Like, there's so many plots and there's so many people you can go with. But I think if we draw it like down the line and simplify it, it's obviously Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes went on to WrestleMania, defeated the longest, won the Royal Rumble for the second time, defeated the longest reign in modern WWE history, and then going on an insane like reign, going up against your Kevin Owens, going up against AJ Styles. He was going up against the Bloodline, like even now going up against John Cena, like like his 2024 is the best 2024 a WWE superstar could have. Now let's look at the final category, which is the female of the year. With this, dude, like the women have been crushing it. Like I wanted to put this at the last one because I've been enjoying the women's wrestling more than the men's, like the past year. Even like the NXT women's division has the best roster. Like it's actually insane. So in this, we've got Liv Morgan, got Rhea Ripley, you've got Bayley, you've also got Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, Chelsea Green, and Io Sky. So with this, I mean, I would actually have to go with what I like found most entertaining. So with this, I would have to go with, come on, Io Sky, dude. I think I will just go with Io Sky based on like my favorite, personal favorite. But in all honesty, like Liv Morgan had the best years. Like she had the best years. Like she was in Raw every single week. She was defending the championship like at almost every pay-per-view, if I'm not mistaken. Was it every pay-per-view? Even if he was going up against like the same people, like Rhea Ripley, but that run of Liv Morgan, that was a nice, like, good run. So anyways, I hope you liked me talking about this, and maybe doing something like this more, maybe tier ranking, but we shall see. Not now, no. Right now I'm just enjoying my gameplays, but anyways, I hope you like this. For now, deuces, ooses, I'll see you next time.